r/AskReddit, what scientific breakthrough are we closer to than most people realize? Dean came in as a company based in New Hampshire that claims they're about 20 years away from it going live. They've only just entered stage 1 of trials. Read that as glowing and thought, man, why are bioengineers always so obsessed with making things glow? Insanely effective cancer treatments. Cell therapy is absolutely crazy, and it's available for a fair few diseases. I've lived for almost 8 years with a very rare form of stage 4 kidney cancer. They told me back then they can't promise me more than a few months, but we will see what happens. Thank you immunotherapy and targeted therapy for 8 bonus years with my wife and kids. I hope there is more innovation coming soon. A cure for HIV seems to be on the horizon. Some scientists managed to cut it out of cells using CRISPR last year. Cutting it out of the genome with CRISPR has 2 problems. One is delivery to every cell, and 2 is that there are probably multiple insertions in every nucleus and you'll end up creating genomic rearrangements that could easily cause cancer. I think the answer is more likely to be continued antiretrovirals, PrEP, and hopefully a vaccine. I have a lot of family that works in different pharma companies. We were recently discussing that there is a very promising treatment for Alzheimer's in the works that could stop the progression of the disease and maybe reverse some of the brain damage. It's still in testing phase and wouldn't be on the market for years, but it's something that would be awesome to be able to use. That's a tough one to let yourself get excited about. The whole business with Biogen did a lot of damage. Synthetic biology. Shit's going to get weird real soon. Imagine living comfortably to 100, 200 years old. A cure for symptomatic rabies. Using monoclonal antibodies, scientists were able to alter the immune response in rat CNS significantly into infection. You can read the study here, link. This is awesome because before this treatment, once you showed symptoms you were essentially dead. Rabies is also a lot more common in Asia and Africa, with roughly 56,000 cases a year. I read that with the pace of technological advancement, the first immortal human has already been born. Curing addiction with a diet drug, GLP-1s, there have been lifelong alcoholics, drug addicts, people with eating disorders, gamblers, etc. who've lost all desire for these things while on Ozempic, Wegovy, and semaglutide. They're conducting studies already. There's this Christmas joke about asking Santa for a skinny body and a fat bank account and him getting this mixed up. A diet drug fixing a gambling addiction sounds like Santa coming through on this. Genetic editing. I think we'll soon see news of experimental gene therapy treatments for cancer, diabetes and, perhaps, Alzheimer's. CRISPR9 and all. The next logical step would be designer babies. I think designer babies will be banned and the tech will be limited to fixing medical problems. It's just too creepy and unnatural sounding to most humans. Only thing I could see is super rich people doing it on the black market. Gattaca. They're hoping that a new drug will be available for use by 2030 that essentially grows your teeth back. It stimulates stem cells in your tooth pulp and encourages growth. Also, to my understanding, this drug was originally being tested as an Alzheimer treatment in Japan. Brain-computer interface. I worked on one 10 years ago. It barely worked, but you could see the potential. As someone who is terrified of rabies, this is incredible to hear. Hope they are close. However, a few weeks ago someone played a 6-hour Civilization 6 session using only their brain. I typically play Civilization without using my brain. 10+ years of playing Dota and I have never, for once in my lobbies, seen a player using their brains in a match. Myself included. We need this. Understanding how hormones and mental illness are linked, especially in women who previously were diagnosed with mental illness but who had endocrine disorders. And to add, menopause. In response to the Lancet's awful claim of over-medicalization, scores of researchers the world over have doubled down to learn more. My doctor prescribed me a very low dose of progesterone cream. I spent 3 months with crippling suicidal ideation and depression before figuring out the cream was causing it. It's a rare side effect, but Reddit saved me, so I'm sharing my experience in case it helps someone else. Check the top posts for hair loss treatments and there was nothing mentioned. Going to go cry now. True. I saw a meme yesterday that was just a picture of Jeff Bezos, and the caption was, "If the richest man in the world is totally bald, then you know that all baldness cures are bullshit." Semaglutide, Ozempic, Wegovy, in pill form at a greatly reduced price. Wegovy also has been proven to reduce cardiovascular disease in particular and make recurring cardiac events less likely for patients who've already experienced a cardiac event. Some independent pharmacies are already creating semaglutide pills. It's already in pill form, Rybelsus. Just the doses are going to be higher. Max dose is 14 milligrams currently. Vaccines for herpes and Lyme's disease are in deep, successful, clinical trials and should be available to the public very soon. A technological leap forward in battery storage capacity, cheaper and lighter weight. This will have the biggest impact on everyday life. I think most people anticipate this. We've been told to expect this imminently for more than a decade. They've gotten 10x cheaper in the last 12 years and expected to get 2x cheaper by 2026 based on lithium sources/hydroxide markets. A nuclear fusion reaction that sets a new record for duration or temperature. We still aren't at net positive, right? Don, we have an idea of how we extract the energy being generated. Eli 5, what does that mean for humanity? Do not be able to trust any digital images, videos, or audio you see anywhere. Politics are going to go straight into a dumpster fire among countless other scandals, relationships, and virtually everything. Get ready. I have been showing my 4th grade students for a week an AI video that looks realistic of giants. The video looks like it is an old 8mm film from 80 years ago. They are shocked and in awe. This week we are going to explore the idea to not trust what you see or hear online. An antidote that immediately reverses the effects of marijuana intoxication. It works similar to the way naloxone works to reverse opiate intoxication. It is already developed and currently in clinical trials. Link. Do you have any reliable sources where I could read more? This could be a major game changer for a lot of people. Preventing Lyme disease would also make outdoor activity in high-tech areas more appealing and less stressful. The breakthrough happened cleaning the oceans of garbage. Now it needs to be more than a ship or two. To-go containers for French fries that will keep them both hot and crispy. A local burger place nearby solved this years ago. They use an open cardboard box that is covered by a napkin. In this way, the water that condenses over the hot fries gets soaked into the napkin, while the semi-permeability of the paper material of the napkin allows for air to come in to keep the fry crispy. Also, the heat does not escape immediately, i.e. the fries stay moderately hot for 20 minutes easy. Last week we had a major breakthrough. The creation of golden. A single atom thick layer of gold, like the carbon/graphite variant created a few years back. But this one can revolutionize the electronics industry. Link. Just a few days ago quantum data was stored and transmitted for the first time, so that's pretty exciting. Source. Link. What's quantum data? Simply put, please, LOL. A cure for, or the reversal, of Alzheimer's. There was just a 60-minute special about the work one hospital system is doing and it implied we're about 4 years away. That special was about using ultrasound to improve the penetration of an FDA-approved anti-Alzheimer drug into the brain. There's no reason to think it represents a cure. I think people are underestimating the impact that these weight loss drugs are going to have. Once they are generic in 10 years, they'll be changing our entire medical system. People will no longer suffer all the effects of obesity, so rates for things like obesity-related heart disease, various cancers, diabetes, etc. should all plummet pretty dramatically. We'll have an enormous economic and demand impact on the medical system. The drugs are also a potentially effective treatment for addiction as well. Studies are underway as we speak. HSV1 and/or 2. Growing back your own enamel instead of needing crown/replacements. Link. Believe it or not, communicating with animals by translating brainwaves into human language. Apparently AI research is on the verge of doing so. Where can I learn more about this? I'm a dog BTW. What a great thread. Thanks so much for asking this, Op. Psychedelics as a treatment for mental illness. We are going to improve our ability to actually help people instead of offering them meds and crossing our fingers. Solid-state batteries should be a TKO against combustion engines with charge time and manufacturing capabilities unlocked. Artificial wombs. Already have biobag wombs used on premature sheep and pigs. Soon to go to human trial for premature babies in the USA. Probs eventually will be able to support a fetus earlier and earlier in gestation over time. Cool stuff. Early diagnosis and treatment of Parkinson's, I think. I've been following a story for a few years now of a woman who could smell Parkinson's and is now working with researchers to turn her weird unique ability into an early screening test. Chances are there are many more people like her who are totally unaware of having that ability. Hopefully through their work they can figure out tests for others to see if they can do it too. Growing transplantable organs.
Hey guys, it's Reddit Glitch. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. I just wanted to ask you guys to hit the subscribe button because according to my statistics, 98.8% of my viewers are not subscribed, which I think you should subscribe because it's free, and we're going to have a lot more bangers in the future, so subscribe. Again, thanks for watching. Bye.